All those in favor say aye. You gone.
And new developments in Thornton Township, where last night's board meeting turned into a brawl. It sparked after a comment from activist Jedediah Brown towards Supervisor Tiffany Henyard.
Our Darius Johnson is live in studio with us this morning to break down what happened last night. I mean, it was pretty crazy, Darius, and Henyard was not expected to be there initially.
She was not, yet she was. Essentially, nothing worked in her favor last night. The board all voted against her, and residents started to speak their truth. But Henyard allies did not go down without a fight, literally. Take a look. That comment by activist Jedediah Brown led to a full-on brawl between him and Henyard's boyfriend, Kamal Woods. Punches were thrown, people climbed on tables, and even started kicking one another as Henyard allies started to jump in. Before this, Woods and William Moore, two township employees hired by Henyard, were placed on administrative leave as an investigation begins into their roles with the township. Henyard called this a personal move, yet their work has been questioned by the board and the community. This was the first meeting since trustee Stephanie Wiedemann filled a vacant seat on the board just last week. With Wiedemann present, the board was finally able to approve the township's tax levy ordinance and insurance, ending the shutdown. Now, this move left residents thrilled about the progress moving forward and left Henyard fed up about being left out.
That's all we've been asking for. Accountability, transparency, doing the right thing. Thank you, and thank you. But if you
Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Like and subscribe to this channel. Give me a follow on X at @green_Jericho. You saw that right there. You saw the melee. There's more footage. I got reaction from some of the people who were there, who saw some things happen that you may not have seen on camera, and the reason why this all started. That is embattled, corrupt Mayor Tiffany Henyard, ghetto as hell. I couldn't find any evidence of her being raised by a father, so that would let you know why she is the way she is, if that's the case. And just ghetto. The fact that she's a mayor, that means absolutely nothing. The fact that she's the leader of a city and the position she holds in the prestige and the honor and the responsibility that comes with it means absolutely nothing for her. This is her time to shine. She's living her best life. Hashtag bless. Hashtag fuck the haters. Hashtag look at me. Hashtag super mayor. She had pictures, $20,000 worth of pictures made, like the banners, you know, if you look down the main street of a town and they got all those light pole things, and the holidays, they'll put Christmas stuff up there, or 4th of July, they'll put American flag stuff. It was a picture of herself calling herself Superman. The delusion, the narcissism. The narcissism in this one is strong. And you know what I think it is? I think it's the black women syndrome. And it's, you might say, Jericho, that's grammatically incorrect. She's only one woman. It should be black woman syndrome. No, black women, because that's all we hear. Black women do this. Black women raise the white people's kids during slavery, and black women raise their own kids, and black women hold it down, and black women are the most educated, and black women do all this stuff and uplift black women, listen to black women, pet black women, hug black women, shake black women's hand, rub black women's feet, rub black women's scalp, don't look black women in the eyes. You better be nice to black women. Blah, blah, blah. And if you're of a low enough brain wavelength, like Tiffany Henyard, you believe that shit. Look at the way she acts. Forget what she says. Look what she does. The attitude that she talks to her constituents with. These are your employers. These are the people you work for, and you're giving them attitude. What are you saying? Don't talk to me like it's like you gave a teenage girl with a bunch of attitude, you made her mayor. 15, slamming her door, rolling her eyes. You made her mayor. Parents of a teenage girl, imagine making her a little attitude, the attitude she has for absolutely nothing. Everything is the end of the world. She cries 78 times a day. Imagine making her the mayor, the boss of your town. This is what you're going to get. This shit is ridiculous. She is ghetto trash, and she should not be the fucking mayor of anything. She shouldn't even be the mayor of her house. Now check this out. This is a reaction from some of the people who were there with Mayor Ghetto.
It happened during public comment, fists flying in a moment of chaos that residents described as disgraceful.
That should never happen. I just couldn't believe that it came to that.
Moments earlier, activist Jedediah Brown had called Supervisor Tiffany Henyard an expletive, and when he appeared to walk toward her, supporters jumped in. The result, an all-out brawl that multiple witnesses say involved Henyard herself.
It was one thing when the guys were fighting, but when she jumped in it, I was just taken aback. I was floored.
She jumped in, she hit her head on the table, so I don't know, she may be injured.
Brown was carried out by security, and police were called. But it wasn't over. It took several minutes for tempers to finally cool. Before the fight, there was plenty of verbal sparring. At this first meeting since trustee Stephanie Wiedemann was selected to fill a vacancy on the board at a meeting last week of township electors, ending a political standoff over the position that led to a government shutdown. With Wiedemann, the board finally able to approve the township's tax levy ordinance and insurance, ending the shutdown.
The township will be reopened tomorrow. We will go back to operating our vehicles. All our buses will be out and running.
The board also defying Henyard, voting to put on leave with pay 2 of her associates and to hire independent auditors to probe their work. But the abrupt, violent end to the evening leaving residents upset. This meeting to do the people's work, marred by ugliness.
Just fucking ridiculous. What are you doing? So the guy in the first clip that I played, Jedediah Brown, he's this activist. There's all kinds of clips of him on YouTube doing all these outrageous things and rushing on the stage when politicians are speaking and whatever. But he said, all the yays who want to keep her and the nays, and the yays had it. And he goes, "You gone, bitch." And then when he's walking back to his seat, your boyfriend, are you 16? Why do you have a boyfriend? Look, if you're an elected official, I want it to look a certain way. I want it to reflect myself. I want it to reflect my family, meaning that you have a family. You're married with children. That means you're showing commitment. It's like your social credit score. When you're married, you've created little humans with somebody. That's showing your commitment. That's showing that you could stick to something. You have something that matters. You have a stake in the future. You care about the future that I'm leaving my kids just as much as you care about what the future is going to be that you leave for your kids. Not somebody with a boyfriend and a baby daddy somewhere. Sorry, that's not mayoral. I don't want to see that shit. That was a bunch of savagery. I felt like if you listen really close to that video clip, you're going to hear, ooh, 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 ah. Like, what the fuck was that? And the mayor, she jumped in. You heard the guy. She hit her head on the table. She's probably hurt. What do you look like being a mayor getting into a melee? Just like the mayor, the female mayor down in Louisiana, getting in a shouting match, flipping the double birds to somebody in the crowd talking shit. You have to be above that. You're the leader. You have to be above that. You have to allow the people and your constituents to voice their opinion however they want. They may be wrong and disrespectful, and it might be unnecessary, but oh well, this is what you signed up for. You didn't sign up for an opportunity to duck face around the world. Oh yeah, there's a reason why the people in her township are pissed off. There's a reason why they're calling her a bitch, and a reason why they're yelling at her to her face. There's a reason why her township is $3 million in debt.
A South suburb is facing new scrutiny tonight as former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot releases the results of her investigation. She says incompetence in Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard's administration has driven the village into debt as spending soared.
Many of her findings have been previously detailed in WGN Investigates reporting. And WGN's Dana Rebick is live tonight in Dalton with the latest. Dana?
Well, Lightfoot laid out her report tonight here behind me inside the Dalton Park District Field House. It was packed with residents who are extremely concerned about the village's finances.
Their eyes is open. They waking up now. They don't woke up the sleeping bear. That's what I would call it.
A packed room full of Dalton residents here to listen to the final report from former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, detailing the findings of her investigation into the village of Dalton and its mayor, Tiffany Henyard.
The residents of Dalton have suffered needlessly because of the financial mismanagement under this current mayor.
The Dalton Village Board of Trustees hired Lightfoot last spring after a series of WGN Investigates reports detailing Mayor Tiffany Henyard's first-class travel, questionable charity, and self-promotion.
Did you see that? $67,000 in travel. Just think about that. How many times you travel and the cost of a plane ticket and stuff, $67,000? Girl, what the hell were you doing? I'll tell you what she was doing. She was living it up. She was in first class. She was drinking mimosas. She was living out her champagne wishes and her caviar dreams. Champagne wishes and caviar dreams. That's what she was doing. Robin Leach. She was living it up. She was going to concerts. She took 2 city business trips to Las Vegas. Now, can business be handled in Las Vegas? Yeah, it could be done. But somebody from a tiny town outside of Chicago, the township of Dalton, I don't understand what city business you have in Las Vegas. I look at that trip to Las Vegas, those 2 trips to Las Vegas, like I look at somebody with a neck brace on. You full of shit, because as soon as you go around that corner and get in your car, you're going to tear that neck brace off. Ain't nothing wrong with you, right? It's an insurance scam. Sorry, anybody in a neck brace, but that's just how it is. What in the hell does the mayor of Dalton, Illinois, what business do they have going to Las Vegas? You know what business they have there. Partying. She was going to shows, eating great food, staying. And you think she was off the strip? Do you think Mayor Tiffany Henyard was staying off the strip in Vegas? No. She's at the top floor of the Aria having a good time. On your dime, citizens of the Township of Dalton, Illinois, who are $3 million in debt. But you can't tell her shit. Why? Because she's a black woman. She's told that to her black constituents at these meetings. You guys are just trying to keep a black woman down. I can do no wrong. Are you crazy? Look at me. Look at my feet. Look down at my feet. I'm a black woman. I'm not even touching the ground. I'm levitating. I'm above you. I am a demigod. I'm not even one of you. I'm an alien life form. Don't look at me. Don't look at my eyes. Don't look at my eyes. You have no right to. You are just a peasant. You're a peon. You're beneath me. You walk in front of me and throw rose petals at my feet. My son works. So let me, hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Oh man, I've had it before. And I had it before. I was reading it, but it was like hours ago. So let me see if I can find this. Okay, here we go. This is the statement. This is going to tell you the state of delusion that this woman is in. And I know this is her lawyer speaking, but these are her words. Her lawyer is going to echo her feelings. This is the level of delusion. This is the stage 4 black women syndrome that she has. I can do nothing wrong. I am perfect. It's not me. It's you. In the face of endless false accusations and outright lies about Mayor Henyard that are being trafficked on social media by her political enemies, it is unsurprising that violence erupted. In the social media age, unchecked falsehoods lead to misplaced tensions and aggression. This episode that this episode shows that the campaign of false information about the mayor puts her and others in danger. So it wasn't her actions. It wasn't her jet setting. It wasn't her living a lavish lifestyle on the backs of you hardworking people of Dalton. It was the haters. Haters gonna hate. It was my haters. It was my detractors, fool. I didn't do that. I didn't spend $67,000 on travel. I didn't.
Lightfoot laying out a pattern of unchecked spending.
There is not a system for ensuring that there are receipts for the various credit card purchases. And what this means, unfortunately, is that the Board of Trustees in many instances was not able to even track or see credit card purchases that were being done over the last few years.
For example, $48,000 spent on building an ice rink charged to Village credit cards with no board approval and no competitive bidding process. Spending peaked in 2023 when more than $775,000 was spent on credit cards, more than $200,000 of that on Amazon, and more than $117,000 on travel, including those 2 so-called business trips to Las Vegas. Lightfoot also highlighted a broken FOIA system with no one on staff to properly manage public information requests and no staff accountant in the Village to oversee spending.
It's just the spending of the money and how it was spent and how they did it so much like undercover and nobody really got a chance to see what was going on.
This all comes after last week when Henyard was found in contempt of court after failing to sign liquor licenses for businesses in Dalton that the board had previously approved, and a looming federal investigation into the mayor.
The FBI has also been in contact with various people who have information about the allegations are here, what they intend to do and the timing of that. No one really knows except for them.
We did reach out to Mayor Tiffany Henyard through her attorney for comment on Lightfoot's report tonight, but so far have not heard back.
And you know you're in trouble when Lori Lightfoot, when Mayor Googly Eyes of Chicago, the former mayor, is investigating you. You know you did something wrong when they hand your case off to Lori Lightfoot. But that's what she's been doing. How much on Amazon? $200,000 on Amazon? What? What is going to the mayor's office to the tune of $200,000 from Amazon? It don't matter. It's none of your concern, you stupid constituent. You just get out there and generate the revenue I need to live my best life. Concerts, travel, lavish vacations, over $1 million on police overtime because she needs a police escort everywhere she goes. She'll be in there getting her nails done, having an off-duty cop getting overtime. Getting overtime, sitting out in the vehicle waiting for her. Why? Because it's unchecked. Why is it unchecked? Because you can't question a black woman. Are you crazy? People of Dalton. So let's end on a good note, shall we? You know how I like to do at the end of these videos. Good gun. But before we get to that, let me know what you think. What's in the future for Miss Henyard? She going to be fired? She going to be indicted? She going to be investigated by the FBI like former Mayor Googly Eyes said? And what is with this? Black women are above reproach. See what that got you? That's what she thinks. She thinks this is all ridiculous and it's just the haters. Make sure you like and subscribe. But let's get off in this good gun. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. I'm out.
Alyssa, I spoke with the store manager a short time ago, and he told me that his staff is pretty upset by the shooting. It happened just before 8 o'clock last night on the I-10 service road off of Crowder Boulevard, and that manager did share some security video with us of the shooting. It shows 2 young people enter Sam's Meat Market with guns. The manager said all of the gunmen would say was cash, cash, cash. You can see one of the armed robbery suspects pointing a weapon with an extended clip at a clerk working a phone counter. At one point, the clerk grabs his own gun and shoots at the suspects. One of them, described as a juvenile, was killed in the shooting. In the video, you see the suspect still moving on the floor when the clerk returns and fires again. The other suspect, identified by police as 18-year-old Tioni Warwez, was shot once.
We was like just normal day working, and there's two guys coming from out of nowhere, no car. He was just walking, and like you see in the video, they came in, they put the gun in the cashier face, another gun in the phone guy. They took all the money that we already have working all day for, and they took some phones. And Dwight was feeling dangerous, so that's why they start shooting. And for our safety, protecting ourselves, that's why what has happened has just happened.